This is where I belong now.
Ali.
Yes, the Kikombe.
Ali.
Person umemark.
I'm here for Ali alone.
What would happen when two Nilotes enter a pod?
But we all have different stories.
This is 2NIP49.
In a pod.
Why did you name your podcast so?
Our stories are different.
Yes.
I am the Kikombe.
And I am Ali.
Thank you for being here.
Watch our previous episode.
Ali.
The Kikombe.
Ali.
The Kikombe.
There's something I haven't told you.
Do tell.
Do you know Ali?
Yeah.
Kenda Shule. If you're going to school, if you ever get children and you take them to school and you see them struggling,
Yeah.
no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. Let them be. Let them excel in something that they're very, very excited about.
Yeah.
And then they will find their path. There's a famous late educator. His name was Sir Ken Robinson. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
So he did a TED talk on how schools kill creativity. And he was talking about this lady. Have you ever heard of the musical called Cats?
Cats.
Yes. Ali, there's a musical called Cats.
Like cats, C-A-T-S.
Yes, it was in Broadway for the longest time, C-A-T-S.
Oh.
And then there was a film about it as well.
Uh-huh.
And he was talking about how this lady was taken to a psychologist. The reason why the mom took the little girl to the psychologist was because the lady seemed to be restless and wouldn't sit down and study. So the psychologist said, you know what, let's sit, give her something to draw, and then played some music and let her be there in the room. And then she said to the mom, let's go, let's just see what she does. And this girl just started dancing to the music
Oh.
and danced and danced and danced. And the psychologist said, there's nothing wrong with her. She just wants to dance. Let her dance.
Oh.
And she directed Cats on Broadway.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So she was a creative being strangled
Yes,
by the system.
yes.
The system that wants you to be a square,
Donkey.
yet you're a circle.
Yes. Do you know, I wouldn't have thought of that story if Kioko wouldn't have been here.
Yes.
I wouldn't have remembered that story if Kioko wouldn't have been here.
Yes.
We're talking to Kioko. We're finding more about Kioko.
Yeah.
We're giving him 13 prompts. So far, we've given him a few. We have a few more to go.
Yeah.
Ali, I'd like you to pick one prompt.
Okay.
But as you do that, Kioko, asante kuja hapa manze.
Yeah.
Nimefurahia kuwa hapa.
Unafilaje?
I don't know. I love talking.
Yeah. Uko sawa?
What can I say?
Yeah. You're in your element.
I'm in my element.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm in my element. Thank you.
Okay. So now, to something challenging. Tell us about something. Tell us about a challenging or scary moment in your life.
Okay. Again, I can give both challenging and scary. Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
I've had so many scary situations. Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm an adrenaline junkie. So that means speed. So I'm prone to some number of accidents
Yeah.
to an extent.
Yeah.
Parental guidance is advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in terms of now that element of scary,
Yeah.
something happened this year, April the 18th.
Yeah.
So I was on my leave and I was cycling. I was going to there's a place here in Karen where they race motorcycles. I was cycling there to go inquire how I can join to do the racing. So I cycled all the way from my house, let's say give or take 5 to 10 kilometers from my house. Sunny day, nothing unusual for me. I'm a cyclist as well, so nothing unusual for me. In my short shorts, I love short shorts.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, I love short shorts.
Let the legs breathe.
With the
let
legs
the legs
breathing, you know,
breathe.
Yeah.
thighs showing, you know.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love short shorts. And a vest, and of course a cap for the sun.
Yeah.
And I remember getting to the gate. I don't remember getting inside. I can see the confusion. I was also confused because I fainted.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I fainted at the gate, actually just right next to the gate. So on the road. So I was just standing to get into the gate. I fainted. So I had a backpack, of course, with my phone, listening to music. So my pods were on. And the next thing, I woke up and I could see motorcycles now jumping. Yeah, I woke up and I could see motorcycles now. Yeah, I was at a bench. I woke up from and then I could see motorcycles just
like motocross.
yeah,
kind of.
motocross. Yeah, and there were kids. That was a kids race at that time. So there were just parents cheering on. Yeah, that's when I woke up. And after a few minutes, someone touches my back because I'm still recovering from it all. Someone touches my back. It's my mom.
Hello.
So many things are happening at the same time, and I was trying to
Yeah.
process what actually happened.
Yeah.
And that's when I was told I fainted. A lady who was driving behind me saw me, and she came and
Picked you up.
yeah, talked to the guard, got me in, put my bike aside. I don't know how they got my folks' number, because they got my parents' number. They called them and they were there
Wow.
in a few.
Why?
So why I say scary is because in this moment where you don't know what actually happened, and then you wake up in a different location altogether,
Yeah.
it's very intense.
Yeah.
And I've not mentioned the bruises I had because of falling, because of course I fell on the gravel. So I got some bruises. So there's that also nagging pain somewhere. You don't know what actually happened. And so, of course, that creates now a panic for my parents. I'm the last born man.
Yeah.
Hey, so that's very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it creates a lot of panic.
Yeah.
Of course, what happened. And to cut the long story short, I was told to always cycle with someone until, everything gets, settled. So on further checkup, it was, I was dehydrated. It was a hot day. Plasma was low. Kunywa maji. Exactly. Same narrative. I'm here. I still cycle. So I didn't cycle for a month after that.
Yeah.
Now comes the challenge. So after that month of not cycling, a lot of things were going through my mind, because of course there are those questions of actually what happened. I've done this before. It's not the first time I'm cycling. I've cycled from Tuapa to Diani.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite a distance.
That's a distance.
That's November.
That's about
2022.
80, 50
I don't
kilometers?
know.
That's a distance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tuapa to Diani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I left.
'Cause
I left at 7 in the morning. I got
So
there
from
at
Tuapa,
12.
you have to come into town.
Yeah.
You have to
cross.
come to Nyali. But you have to come to Nyali.
Not necessarily Nyali. You can pass through the Malindi Highway, just through the highway.
Oh.
Just to town, pass through the bridge, go into town, go to the ferry,
Yeah.
get onto the ferry,
Yes.
just cross over, then keep
Yes,
cycling.
Mtwapa to Nyali is close. So you only
Yeah,
come,
Tuapa
okay,
is just a stretch.
like 5
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then
unaingia
Nyali.
Bamburi,
Yeah.
unaingia ndani, unaingia Tao,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then get on the ferry.
Ferry.
Then you get on
Cross
Then
that
you
over.
rough
get on
road.
that stretch. It's a stretch.
Yes,
It was a stretch now.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
stretch. Yeah. So I did the whole thing. Yeah, so I left at 7, got there at 12. So for me, the cycling was not a challenge. So I wondered where the dehydration came from.
Yeah.
So getting back on the bike was actually a very
it's scary because you don't know if it's going to happen again.
Yeah. So the good thing is I was cycling with my friend, and we ended up doing in 2 days a total of 84 kilometers after a month of not cycling.
So you made up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, when I thought of, or rather when you ask that question, it kind of feels that challenges are many. You can never pick one or two. There
Yeah.
are many
Yeah.
in daily, in day-to-day life, as
True.
well as scary moments. Because I've told you, that's not another accident.
Yes.
If I give you accidents, this will be a lengthy topic. But I remember there's one I actually had even this same year. I've had an accident this year at the hub. This is a bit reckless. Again,
The hub in Karen.
parental guidance is advised.
Hello.
Again, you
Yeah.
know, so don't take this as the gospel truth. Don't do what I'm doing. Just
Yeah.
But we were coming from a basketball practice with my friend. We decided to carry the ball. So that means we were cycling on one hand. When I get
Allah.
tired, I give him the ball.
Aha.
So when we were dropping down a hill, it's the hub now dropping into Karen, I'm the one who was holding the ball. And I was still cycling. So the bike lost control. And next thing I remember, I'm on the ground. There's a lorry behind me.
Oh.
So you see now where
That was tight.
the fear kind of piles up.
Yeah.
And so injuries, of course, not near, not there. And then you have to cycle again because you still have your bicycle.
Yeah.
It
You
has
can't
to get
you can't leave it.
Yeah, I can't leave it. I can't leave it. Have my car parked somewhere over there, so I have to go put the bicycle into the car and get to the house still
In pain
in
as
pain, bleeding, not just in pain. So I had to go to a chemist. I'm used to these things. Sorry to say.
well.
They do first aid on
Sorry
you.
to say, I'm used to them. So go to a chemist, just paced me up.
Yeah.
and I leave.
Wow.
So in terms of scary, I think that's a very light question. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
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 well,
But still, that blackout moment.
Yeah.
yeah, that blackout moment would have taken me away.
Yeah,
to
and then
lose consciousness,
me, I was on
and then
my
you
own,
wake up and people are motocrossing,
and your mom is there.
and your mom is
You
there
were like,
from
what's
nowhere.
happening?
Who
You
is
know?
this guy? Who nani?
What's happening? Yeah, that's true. Wow. Okay.
Where?
So, you're
My
up.
turn. I'm
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Kioko.
Yep.
Tunarudi shule. We're going back to school now.
Okay.
We talked about education, but we want to go even deeper into education, where you get to have choice and pick things out. So is there a part of your schooling or education that you wish was done differently?
Yes. The boarding primary experience.
The shipping.
And I didn't even tell you the saddest part about it was that I had done an interview elsewhere, closer to home. Okay, closer to upcountry, but upcountry is not far from home as well.
Aha.
You know?
Yeah.
So it was closer. Had passed with flying colors. They were shocked.
Or like,
You know, they
aha.
were shocked. He can join on Monday. You know.
Yeah.
And then the cousin to the owner of the school I had passed in was the one who told my dad that this school is not nice. I was like, how can you do that to your family member, man?
Yeah.
You can't do
You don't
that.
want fees. You don't want business.
No, so and that's how I was shipped off.
Oh no.
That's how I was shipped off. That's how I was
I
shipped
still
off.
can't get over
Because
that.
I knew there was a swimming pool in that school. I
Ah,
remember.
so you were set.
No, you know, I
They
think
shipped you away from the pool.
every I don't know if it was every kid's dream when you were young.
Yeah.
But swimming was very big
was
at my
big.
time.
Yes, it
So when you're
was.
going to a boarding school,
It
my
actually
first
still is
checkpoint.
big.
Does it have a pool?
Does it have a pool? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, what do they eat? You know, a number of things. Are they close to home and all that? So to be taken from a school that's the potential of a school that's 20 minutes or 30 minutes from home
Yeah.
to another school that's 6 hours away,
No pool.
no pool.
Away from your parents.
There was a pool of water, just not to swim in,
to tap water.
just to fetch water.
Fetch water.
With our
Oh,
jerrycans and our
no.
basins and all that.
And that's what the water you would use to clean.
Yeah.
To clean, that's the water you use to shower,
To shower.
Yeah.
to brush your teeth,
Wash your clothes.
wash, yeah, all that.
Oh no.
All that jazz. That was all.
Make up
There.
your bro.
So when when I look at that part of life, again, I don't want to really tarnish it that much because again, it made me who I am.
Yes.
When I question my parents nowadays, my mom normally tells me it's why you're a strong person as you are. You know, it's why you
Yeah.
became that independent very early.
Yeah.
And so I cannot really throw that away. As I said, the experiences around it,
Mm-hmm.
but everything else, we were whooped proper.
Yeah.
We were given knives to go and climb trees to cut your own cane. And if you bring a bad one, you're whooped with it.
And
you're
then
sent
go
back.
fetch
Go
a
get a
good
better
Go
one.
get a
one.
better cane.
Go get
Oh,
a better
no.
Ken.
What's this you're bringing?
Why
Yeah.
would you bring
Okay,
a
tell you, our
substandard
teachers back in the day, like
You know.
psychology, they messed with our minds.
And then that time you've been taken away from family at a very young age. Because I joined in class 5, I found people there in
That's
class
very
4.
young.
one? Oh,
Class 4 was where the class started.
Oh,
So you'd
man.
find so many tiny human beings
There
trying to
guys-
think about life and think.
The
and
guys who
it's-
used to take children, I remember I never boarded. Luckily, I never boarded. But I was in schools where the kids who boarded from as early as class 2.
Mhm.
And I could never understand it when I'm going home in the evening and they're left in the boarding section. Class 2. What?
Mhm.
Class 2, you're boarding in class 2. That's
I
trauma.
think it's still there even now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah,
even now,
I mean, I say if you can stay with your child, I don't know.
Life
You
is
know?
different. you
Well,
know.
I can ask a question
Yes.
in
Yeah.
regards to that. Do you think there are proper situations, or rather, the situations that would prompt, or rather, would
Lead
Be-
to you
lead-
sending your child at
and
class
not
2.
not just lead to,
Yeah.
but also would be advantageous to the kid? Maybe. Do you think there's such a situation?
For that age group, what age though?
Regardless, class 2.
Let's
class
say
3,
even
class-
even under 12, generally.
I think for every tough situations there are positives and negatives. You miss out on so much, you become independent.
Yeah.
But independence has its setbacks, right? So if you're independent at the age of 7, that means you don't know so much about motherly love. You miss out on fatherly love. So then the only thing that you have is that teacherly and friendly love. So then that society has created a gap already, because family bonds are very powerful. Unless your father and mother are both teachers in the school and you see them every day, that bond is already overlooked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Family love with your siblings. So you're not connecting with your siblings anymore. You're missing out on so much. You go back home and you're actually a visitor. Because you come back in August, you're a visitor.
You're a stranger.
I was home for only 6 weeks a year.
Yeah.
From class
So
6.
you're
I'm
You're
actually
literally a
visitor.
stranger
Yeah.
to your family, because so much happens in your absence, and you're only back for a bit and then you're gone again. You really don't connect. And for me, I feel like, you see, you're not in boarding alone. You're with other older children who are in class 8, class 7. You're a class 2. I think it's
life, unfortunate.
yeah.
I mean,
I think it can be very tough, especially imagine being bullied from class 2.
The mattress was stolen in the first day.
Yeah, and you're a class 2 child.
bro.
Whom do you run to? I mean, I know they had structures like the matron and whatnot, but I feel like it's exposing you to a lot of trauma at a very young age.
Ali,
Yeah,
you're up in a car
I think
once.
the cons outweigh the pros for me, boarding at a young age. Actually,
Because I know
Yeah,
when they start talking education.
Let's not talk about.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the boarding experience.
Yeah.
please.
Kenyan phrase
Let's
that
not
we
talk
can
about the
only
boarding
understand. Nayo nayo.
Nayo.
Let's just move on.
Kasonge. Aya.
Yeah.
Think about a funny moment in your life and tell us about it.
I was beaten for carrying my own mango
Huh?
in that same school. These guys.
Lakini wenyewe ulikuwa shipped. Bro.
I remember. So
Kwani kama alipelekwa nchi ingine,
Alipelekwa
let's take
shipped,
it to
man.
another country.
that's the first thing
You
that
were
always comes
beaten.
to my mind. Yeah. I was in class 8. I can't even fail to remember this. I was in class 8.
Juu ya maembe. Mango ziruka mbali. Like, surely. Allah.
So what happened is
Uh-huh.
we were not allowed to have any snacks. There was no canteen. There was no money. You didn't have anything. So for you, what the school offered was
That's
all
what
you
you
had.
get.
Yeah. And so we got really crafty, smart, so many things. We became, you had to survive on that life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to. So what they also used to do in terms of being a good school, is they used to have days where they give us fruits. So mango season was here.
Yeah.
And, it was mango season.
Yeah.
And so it was lunchtime. So after lunch, you would, queue up, grab your one mango, that big apple mango, Yeah. Yeah. Makueni,
Yeah.
apple
Makueni.
mango.
Yellow
I was in
mango.
Makueni. I was in a Makueni school. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
An apple mango, ripe, very nice. So
Yeah.
I was so sure this one I'll eat it during supper time.
Yeah.
So me and my friend called Daniel. Can't make this stuff up. Me and my friend called Daniel decided we can eat these mangoes later on.
Yeah.
Let's go to class.
Yeah.
8 North. We got the mangoes, hung around a bit, ran to class. The teacher on duty, being smart, decided they've not had their mango. This was too fast.
They haven't
This
had
was too
the
fast.
mango.
Yeah.
So he came and caught us in class, the two of us. We were all escorted in front of the staff room and we were whooped. as per procedure, and they took the mangoes away. Mangoes taken away.
Oh.
We were beaten.
Oh.
And this is the thing that makes me not forget the situation. As he was beating me up, he was a teacher on duty and he was caning me and telling me, I don't even know why they chose you to be the head boy.
Oh.
At that time, I didn't know I was the head boy. They hadn't even told me that I was going to be the head boy. So I was even wondering, what are you telling me?
And if
I just need my mango.
I'd be like, and if
I
I'm
just-
the head boy, why are you whooping me?
I just need the mango. All these other things in between, all this grudge you have, because it sounds personal.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's coming
I
from.
just want
Yeah.
I
mango.
just want my mango. That point, I'm on the ground, me and my friend.
Oh,
when you're
no.
being cane and you're looking up.
Oh no.
You're like, wait.
It's me?
I'm the head boy.
Yeah.
Mango.
Oh no.
And that's how they took the sweetness away.
Oh yeah.
That's how
yeah,
they took it away, yeah. So, yeah.
Oh man.
That's really bad. So what was your mistake?
So, we shouldn't have kept the mangoes.
You
should have
had
eaten
to
them
have
in the
eaten
dining
them.
hall.
It's real
At the-
time.
at
It's
the-
real
Yes.
time. It's real time. It's real time.
Oh, no.
Unakulaje maembe
It's
na
real
ulipo
time.
ukule.
Oh,
Kula
no.
maliza
It's real
maembe.
time, yeah.
Jeez. Pole.
It's
Hey,
And that's it.
hey.
If you hadn't kept the mango, you'd have never known you were
You are
Headboy.
you are going to be Headboy.
It should have been information now. It should
Yeah,
have been information.
yeah.
It should have been a
So by the
surprise.
time they announced you were the Headboy, you are
I was chilled.
you were
about
like-
it. I was-
saw it coming.
I
Thank
knew
you,
that
mango
stuff.
I even have
gods.
my acceptance speech.
Thank you, mango gods. Gods
Wow.
of mangoes.
Makweni.
Moral of the story: if you want to
Makweni.
know your rank, get a mango.
Yeah. And keep it. Keep it
Keep
for
a mango.
later.
Don't eat your mango yet.
Yeah.
Pana kukula maembe. Ali, shall we take a mango break?
Yeah, I think we need a break for mango. Yeah. Let's take a mango break.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait.
Kioko.
Kioko
Wekse.
shule yako umepitia. What do you mean?
Bro, ulikuwa shipped, ukaenda ukapigwa na maembe.
Ukapigwa juu ya maembe?
Yeah.
This is where I belong now.
Ali.
Yes, the Kikombe.
Ali.
Person umemark.
I'm here for Ali alone.
What would happen when two Nilotes enter a pod?
But we all have different stories.
This is 2 Nilotes.
In a pod,
Why did you name your podcast so?
our stories are different.
Yes.
I am the Kikombe.
And I am Ali.
Thank you for being here.
Watch our previous episode.